All right, everybody. This is the start of a new week. This is week 3 of our Fundamentals of Fitness program. We are over halfway, and now we get to carry it home with some really fun workouts this week and next week coming at you. So hopefully you got your mobility recovery session in this weekend at least once, hopefully twice, and you're prepped and ready to go for this week. So the strategy this week, we're sticking with the same training load. So we're talking 20 seconds rest with 60 seconds of work. That's a 3-to-1 training ratio. We have a little bit longer intervals, which is going to make for some higher metabolic stress. And we're only going 3 rounds, 6 exercises, and we're going to include one of the 6 fundamental movement patterns in each workout. So hinge, pull, press, squat, lunge, and carry in every single workout. And we're working up to the Turkish Getup, which is the ultimate full body fundamental fitness move. So clock is running. Let's get right into our warm-up for today's workout. We're going to be starting with some windshield wipers. So this is a variation of our shin box position that we've been doing pretty frequently here. Okay, so we're going to start in a tall sitting position. We've done this in recovery. And we're just going to fold both legs to the left, fold them both over, come into the shin box. So sitting up nice and tall, shin box position. Bring that all back up. And then we're going to go off to the right-hand side into the shin box, come back, rotate over, and we're just going to go for 6 each direction, 12 total. So nice 2 each side there. Keeping the chest nice and upright. If you have to use your hands back here for support, that's going to be fine. But what we want to do is drive control over this mobility by getting nice and tall, flipping up and over, nice and tall, up and over. Okay. One more rep on each side. Excellent. Okay, so 12 reps total, 6 each side. And now we're going to go into a bird dog position. We're going to prep the core. So we're going to do some really awesome bird dogs here. We've been in this position before. We've done a lot of work on bear position. So the bird dog here, we're going to tuck our toes. So we've got nice stability. We're going to find a neutral spine. So we're not rounded. We're not arched. We're nice and in that neutral position. Hands are under the shoulders. Screw your hands into the mat so the elbow crease lines up with the thumb. And now we're going to go opposite arm leg. And I'm not going to go up. I'm going to go long. So I'm going to reach my fist for the wall in front of me. I'm going to point my toes and reach my heel for the wall behind me. Get nice and long. Come back in. Reset. Opposite side. Fist. Heel. Stretch across the body. Back through. Okay, and again, we're going to go 5 reps each side on this. Really trying to stretch across the spine with each repetition. Get as long as you can. Reaching with the heel, reaching with the fist. Trying your best to maintain a neutral spine. I know I've got some thoracic spine flexion here. That's something that I've got to continue to work on. Really priming the core. Excellent low back stability. Reaching. Holding for a quick count. 5 each side. 10 total. Then we're going to do the world's greatest stretch. One of the best full body mobility drills out there. Okay. So I'm going to reach up here and I'm going to start in a lunge position. Bring my hands down to the mat, and then I'm going to come up into an extended lunge. Okay. So tall lunge, down onto the hands, up on the toes. From here, I'm going to dig my left elbow into my left heel, and then I'm going to open up like a big book towards the ceiling as high as I can go. Come back down. I'm going to step back into a plank. Okay, step forward with the right foot, and then repeat on this side. Dig the right elbow in, open up the front hip, and then open up like a big book. And repeat. Step back, step in, dig down, open up. So here we're tackling the hips, both sides, opening up the front of the hip, and we're also working the thoracic spine, a little bit of core control as well built into this. And I'm just going to go for 3 quality reps on each side, 6 total. And we'll just get multiple rounds in here today. Perfect. Great work. Now we'll go back to the top and get back into our shin box position. Go for round 2. Okay, so again, tall sitting position. This is a 10-month tall sit. Chest nice and upright. Fold over. Sit tall. Fold back. Fold over. Opposite side. And you might find one side to be tighter than the other, so I'm pretty well fine here. It doesn't really feel like too tight, but if I come this way, this left hip internal rotation, a little bit sticky. So this is what's interesting. In last month's February fundamental, or in last month's, workout program that we were doing, I was finding my right hip to be really sticky in internal rotation. Spent a lot of time working on it, and now I feel awesome here. Can sit here all day. And now I just got to get this left leg caught up. It's a little bit tight. And that's okay, because I know that the work felt great on this side. And if I just put the same level of effort in over here, I'll be in good shape. One more each way. Perfect. And now I'm going to go into my bird dog. Round 2 with the bird dog. So take your time to really get set here. So work your spine around a little bit. Find that neutral position. Hands under shoulders. Screw the hands into the mat so you've got elbow crease in line with the thumb. Tuck the toes. Come on up. And extend through. Reach. Back. Reach. We're trying to reach out, not up. Okay? So we don't want to add that extension in the low back. We're trying to get long across the spine. Nice stretch and core warm up. Definitely feeling like I'm starting to get warm here. Okay, so again, world's greatest stretch, round 2. Lunge, hands, toes, dig in with the elbow, open up, nice and big, open book, down, step back, plank, step forward, repeat, opposite side, dig into the hip, open up the back and the chest, step back, repeat. One more each side here. 3 total on each side, 6 overall. Really just focusing today on maybe a little bit of a core primer, but some total body mobility. And that's going to be the theme this entire week, because we're prepping for full body workouts. So we're not specifically working pushes or pulls, but we're really working all of the fundamental movement patterns in every workout. So we got to warm up the body, the whole body, the same. So that's what the theme is going to be here. Windshield wipers. Already feeling better on this hip. Already 3 rounds in. Very grateful that I took care of that. That's going to be a lifesaver when we go to do our squats, which is our first exercise. All right, done my shin box, windshield wipers, back to the bird dogs. We're almost there through our warm up, taking our time. I'm definitely feeling like the blood's flowing. Reaching through. One of the safest stability exercises for the low back here. So there's a lot of literature that is out there, scientific literature to support core exercise as a primary treatment strategy for low back pain or discomfort. Oftentimes, if we can get the core fired up a little bit, get the back some stability and support through the abdominal wall, we can relieve some pain and discomfort just through limiting excessive movement. And the bird dog is really well supported as one of those exercises. So we're really prepping the low back a little bit here. What's also really interesting is that when you do this kind of exercise, the lasting effects of neurological control and tension around the midsection have been shown to last for up to 2 or 3 hours post-exercise. So great to do it at the beginning of a workout. Really help you get prepped for the movements coming up. We got one more round of world's greatest stretch. And then we'll talk about the workout here. We only have 3 rounds today, so that is going to result in a little less variation. But we do have longer intervals, which is going to be challenging. Oh, I'm doing the same side. Got to step back and through. Keep fighting for as much range of motion as you can through this warm-up. You really want to make sure you're getting open and warmed up. It's a big workout coming up here. Very excited for it. We're going to work through it together. Put all the fundamentals that we built in weeks 1 and 2 into 3 full body workouts this week. Meant to challenge all of the patterns. And then next week, we're going to go with more dynamic, fast variations. So we're going to crank up the volume a little bit. We'll probably decrease the training load back to a 2-to-1. And we'll just get a little bit faster, a little bit quicker pace. Okay, so excellent workout round set up for you today. We're starting with 1.5 rep squats. I'm going to do the first round body weight. I'm going to add load for the second round. And I'll probably just stick with the same for the third round. The third round, I might potentially throw in the last 30 seconds some pulsing, but we'll see how that goes. And then we're going to do some sumo deadlift high pulls. We're going to do sumo deadlifts first, high pulls second, and then we'll do the 2 of them together for the final round. And then we're on to our lunge patterns and our Turkish get-up patterns that we're working on today. And we're doing the back-to-forearm-to-hand get-up to get us started and build up to the full Turkish get-up on Friday. I'm going to be using some relatively heavy weight today. I got a 55-pound kettlebell and 2 20-pound dumbbells to get me through. But you can obviously do this with whatever weight you have available. Okay, so here we go. We're going 1.5 rep squats. This will be our first interval, and I'm going body weight to get me started, okay? Okay, here we go. Squat, halfway up, back down, all the way up, okay? So we're squatting down, halfway up, squat down, all the way up, okay? So we're really controlling the range of motion in a squat. Now, if your range of motion for the squat is only here, then you still do a half rep there and come up. Okay? Full depth, halfway up, back down, all the way up. Arms come up for counterbalance. Halfway up, down, all the way up. Light loads go a long way when you play with time under tension. This doubles your time under tension in the squat when you're doing 1.5 reps. Double the workload, double the effort. And last rep. Excellent. Sumo deadlift high pull. I'm just going to do the sumo deadlift for the first round. I'm just going to do the high pull for the second round. I'm going to finish with a sumo deadlift high pull full movement in the final round. Okay? So here we go. I've got my heavy-ish weight here. I'm going to go wide stance, flare my toes a little bit, come down, chest stays up, push through the heels, and lower, and go. Keep those toes flared. Chest stays up. We're staying up nice and upright, pushing through the inside of our thighs and our heels, feeling the whole foot on the floor. Excellent way to get a little more range of motion and maintain awesome spinal position in the squat. Longer interval means you don't really need heavier weight to make this difficult. Good. I'm going to lower that. Now we're doing around the world lunges, okay? So I am going to load this up. I'm going to go body weight the first round. I'm going to load it up the second round, okay? And then I'll carry that through on the third round. We're going to keep the left leg planted this entire time, and we're going to do 4-way lunges, okay? So left leg stays planted. Forward with the right leg into a forward lunge. Back. Step back into a reverse lunge. And up. Step out into a lateral lunge. Good. Now we're going to curtsy lunge. Come in behind and up. And we're going to repeat. Down in front. Out back. Out to the side. Down in behind. And repeat here. So we are working every single lunge that we've worked on so far. Adding a new lunge here with the curtsy. Challenging all the ranges of motion in the lunge pattern. And we're just focusing on this left leg all the way throughout. And you can see I've got all kinds of arm movement to match my legs. Keep yourself stable and supported. Connect the body. Just because this is leg work doesn't mean that the arms can't be involved, okay? So here we go. I'm going to show you a different angle. Right leg stays planted throughout. No movement through the right leg. Stays rock solid and planted. So I'm going to step forward with forward lunge and back. Reverse lunge and up. Lateral lunge and up. Curtsy lunge. Get nice and low and repeat. Right leg stays planted. Forward, backward, lateral lunge, reverse lunge, or curtsy lunge, forward. Really feeling stability through this foot. Really getting strong through that front foot. Feeling the floor so you get nice and solid. We worked on feeling stability through the foot, getting the foot all prepped up in our mobility and recovery session this week. And it's going to be well worth it here in time. Excellent. So now we're working on forearm to hand, get up, left arm. I'm going to start body weight, and then I'm going to be going into a loaded version later on here. So we're going to be going left arm in the air, left leg up, right arm out to the side. Okay, I want you to make a fist. Imagine you're balancing a glass of water on the fist. You're going to roll shoulder, arm, elbow, forearm, hand. I lost my shoulder control there. Now I'm going to reverse and come back down, balancing that glass of water on my hand to the ground. Roll, arm, shoulder, arm, elbow, forearm, hand. Press up and through. Lower, in control. Shoulder, arm, elbow, forearm, hand. I'm keeping my eyes on what would be my weight or what will be my weight. Next round. Rotate, over, press up and through. This is our pressing pattern in today's workout. And our carry pattern, because we're maintaining a solid carry position here with this top hand. Okay, and I'm going to repeat on the right side. So I'll show you this angle here. Same thing. Right leg's up. Right arm's going to be up to the ceiling. And I'm going to bounce a glass of water on my fist. First step here, this could be a real key for some of you that feel like your hand's out of position. Roll onto your shoulder. Don't let your shoulder slide out from underneath you. So I'm going to roll onto my shoulder, arm, elbow, forearm, hand, down, down, and back. Keeping that fist, balancing a glass of water on your hand. Keep that rock solid up towards the ceiling. Turkish Getup is one of the, or is the most comprehensive full body movement of all time. Challenges every joint through both stable and mobile segments of the movement. Requires a lot of motor coordination, strength, stability. It's the ultimate fitness challenge, and we're working up to it in week 3. In time. We got a 1 minute break here, and then we're on to round 2. So round 2, we're going to just add some load. My 1.5 rep squats, I'm going to go with my 2 dumbbells. Okay? My high pull, I'm going to get my kettlebell back out and just do the high pull portion. Okay? My lunges, I'm going to go with my dumbbells to increase the load. And then my Turkish Getup, I'm going to hold a single 20-pound dumbbell. Okay, 6 seconds left. So I'm going to go front-loaded squats, 1.5 reps. I'm going with my 2 20-pound dumbbells here. Squat, half rep, down, repeat, and repeat, sorry. Down, up to the top, and repeat. Half reps. Make sure you're keeping your chest nice and upright, getting down into those hips in the squat, pushing up and through. Half reps, time under tension, makes light loads go a long way. Now, you could also be going goblet with a single dumbbell here to accommodate whatever you have at home. If you only have 1 dumbbell, that's totally fine. Get a great workout there. Okay, now I'm going high pull. Okay, so all I'm going to do here, I'm going to have that weight right in front of my body here. I'm just going to pull up to chest level, lower and control. So we're working the pull portion of this movement. Okay, here in that sumo position. So I got my toes flared, nice and wide. Pull, lower and control. Nice and simple. Pull, lower and control. Now, We do not need to see the elbows come above the shoulders, okay? I'm watching my elbows come to shoulder height, lower in control. That's working everything that I need it to work, not putting me at risk for impingement. I'm keeping that sumo deadlift position because we're going to piece those two together in round 3 for the ultimate pull hinge pattern. Sort of similar to what we did in week 1, but we're changing it up a little bit with keeping an upright posture, better form, better control, longer intervals, higher weight, lower. Okay, so I'm going to do my around the world lunges with my 2 dumbbells in hand. I'm going to be side loaded. Left leg is going to be planted the entire time. Okay, so I'll show you where the weights go here. We're going to step forward with the right leg. Weights will stay to the sides. Here we go. Lunge and up. Weights stay to the side. Right comes back and up. Now, as we go out for our lateral lunge, the weights come inside the thighs, inside the left leg. Curtsy lunge. Weights stay around the left leg. And repeat. Forward. Backward. Lateral lunge. And curtsy. Now, if you have difficulty doing the curtsy lunge because of balance, control, stability, pain, just omit it. We don't need it. It's just to challenge a new range of motion. We want you to try it. Maybe you don't go down very far, but give it a shot. And if it's too difficult for you, if it hurts, we want you just to go back and just do 3-way lunges, which is going to be just fine. Wow. That is a long interval right there. Now, right leg's going to stay planted. And we're going 3-way lunges, right side. Still have my weights. Step forward and backward. Step out to the side for that lateral lunge. Keep that chest nice and upright in the lateral lunge. Don't get too folded forward. You want to dig into the hip of the plant leg on that lateral lunge. So I'm sinking back on this hip, keeping my chest upright as best I can, power through. That's definitely the most challenging lunge variation from a strength standpoint. Excellent, excellent exercise. Challenge a different plane of motion. Forward, backward. Really plant through the foot. Have excellent mechanics on those forward and reverse lunges. Might seem simple, but can always improve. Okay, now I'm going single dumbbell, back to forearm to hand get-ups, okay? So this is going to be left arm, left leg, single arm, get up. So get that weight up, and you're gonna keep your eyes on the weight the whole time. Left leg, left arm. I'm gonna roll onto my right shoulder, plant, arm, elbow, forearm, hand. Push through the floor so you got strength through the whole kinetic chain. Control it down to the ground. This isn't a race for reps. This is the chase of quality here and perfect movement. Or as close to perfect as you can make it, as long as it's your best. That's all we ask for. Excellent core work here. Hip mobility for the plant leg. We'll get into the bridge swing lunge and stand in the next workout, which would be the second half of the Turkish get-up. We'll put it all together and do full reps of the Turkish get-up on the last workout of the week. Awesome. And we're getting the carry pattern in too, so you got to remember that holding this overhead the entire time, that's an overhead carry pattern. So we're still getting those fundamental movements in, They just look a little bit different. Doing lots of pressing here, and we're going to add a press next round. For the shoulders is a little additional bonus movement. Down in control. And repeat. Keep that weight locked in up to the ceiling. Balance the glass of water on the hand. Trying to keep that weight going nice to the ceiling. One of the hardest parts of the movement is trying to stabilize this weight overhead throughout all the different ranges of motion. If this is difficult with weight for your shoulder, then just back off to body weight and get some body weight repetitions in. Roll, elbow, hand, plant, down, roll, and back. Excellent. Break time. Round 3 coming up. All right, 30 seconds here. We're going round 3. I'm going to go a little bit heavier with my squats. Okay, it's not necessary at all. I'm just trying to challenge myself a little bit more. I have access to a little more weight being here at the gym. I'm going to take advantage, but by all means, stick with whatever weight you have at home. Stick with the weight from last round. If you have more you feel like you can manage, we got 60 seconds here to own the squat. I'm going to go goblet style with my kettlebell. 1.5 reps for 1 minute. Little pause at the top to get reset. Keeping that chest nice and upright. So one of the nice things about a front-loaded squat or a goblet squat is that it gives us a little bit of a weight shift. It's kind of easy to keep the chest upright. Don't forget to breathe through your repetitions. And time. Wow, that was challenging. Very difficult time talking in that one. Okay, sumo deadlift high pull. So now we do both movements all the way through, one clean sweep. So sumo deadlift, wide stance, flare the toes, down into the deadlift. We're gonna lift and pull all the way up, lower and control. Lift and pull, down and control. Okay, now that we speed the movement up, you've gotta own the control of the movement, not only all the way up, but all the way down as well. Keeping that chest nice and upright, pull through, lower and control. A little faster pace, a little more full body. Woo! Wow. Smoking. Okay, we're going with lunges. Okay? Woo! Around the world lunges. Big time fatigue here. Left leg stays planted. I'm going to stick with the same weight as I had last round, but here's the tasty little finisher. I'm going to curl after each rep. And up, curl, out to the side, curl, curtsy, curl. So now I'm adding a pull pattern to my lunge around the world, working the core a little bit more, getting my lunges in, all different ranges. Another full body movement, totally not necessary. If this is too much for you, just stick with our around the world lunges. And if one of the lunges is really difficult and getting in your way, just leave it out. Do 3-way lunges, do 2-way lunges, pick your favorites, get them in however you need to. Wow, and that's going to be even harder on my right leg now because I've got pre-fatigue in my biceps from the curls. I'm going to squeeze out one more round here. We've earned the right to push it a little bit, so let's get the full body in, full body work. We really worked on owning the curl pull pattern last week. Wow. Now we get to mess around with it a little bit in this final interval just to make the lunge pattern a little bit more full body. Almost there, guys. 1 minute is a long interval. That is a lot of movement. Wow. Fantastic. Great work. Now, I'm just going to go up a tad in weight for my Turkish get-up pattern here, okay? I'm going left arm, left leg, a little more load, push towards the ceiling, roll, press, push through, down and back. Lock in that shoulder position, drive it up towards the ceiling, push through this bottom arm, active throughout. Okay, the next few reps, I'm going to add a press at the top here. Wow, this is our big pressing movement of the day. And I'm just gonna get a couple extra press repetitions in at the top here, just because I've earned it. And time. One more round. Right side. Turkish get up. First half. Back to hand get up. I'm going to add a press in after the first 30 seconds for the remaining reps. Roll. Press through. Eyes on the dumbbell. Eyes on the dumbbell. Keep balancing that glass of water on the dumbbell there. Press up and through. Lower and control. Right foot's planted. Stay rock solid through the lower extremity. Now, the remaining reps, I'm going to throw a nice little sidearm press here into the equation. Just a little variation. If you can't do that, leave it out. Keep doing your repetitions. We're almost there. Another 15 seconds to go. Time. Excellent work. We're already on the floor, and you know what's coming So we might as well just get right down into our dead bug position. I like to post-workout, get myself supported, get my legs to 90 degrees here, pull the toes up, get the back flat, and just breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Make sure that when you're in this position that you're not arching through your neck. Really tuck your chin. Try and find that nice spinal alignment. Back flat to the mat. And now what I'm going to do here while I'm also breathing is I'm going to work on a little bit of shoulder mobility. So I'm just going to draw a great big circle up over my head, keeping my ribs down and my abs crunched so I don't want to flare my back as I get up to the top here. Fight for that core position. And then I'm going to come back down to the sides and repeat. Big stretch at the top, cross the arms, reach really far. Come back down and reach for the toes. All the way out. Reach. All the way down. And reach for the toes. All right. Now what I'm going to do, just because I feel like I need to get into the chest a little bit and into my low back, just a tad, I'm going to throw in a little bit of a scorpion stretch. So if this is too difficult for you, you can just do whatever you're capable of, okay? But all I'm going to do here is I'm going to put my, you can choose any other mobility drill, really. It doesn't have to be this one, but this is what we're going to do today. So I'm going to put my arms out to the side, okay? And I'm going to, with the leg that's on the same side as where I'm looking, okay? I'm going to reach my leg up and behind my body. So I'm going to roll to the side. I'm opening up the chest. I'm opening up that top hip, rotating through my back. Hold this for a second. I'm going to rotate down, look the other way, and bring that top foot back over. Opening up the hip, you want to try and get that foot planted flat to the ground. Stretching through the mid-back, reaching through both sides. Down, look, repeat. Opposite side, stretching through the downside chest, rotating through the mid-back and flank. Getting that hip open. And we're just going to keep it going. A couple more repetitions. Small little hold on each side. Doesn't have to be much. Just a little hold. Really what we're trying to do here is get all the joints moving. One more rep. Awesome. Now we've taken care of our body post-workout, taking the time to reset. The timer is almost done. That's workout number 7. You are well over halfway now, and we're pushing to the finish line. We have lots of goals in mind, building on the fundamental patterns that we've worked up to in weeks 1 and 2. Keep pushing you guys forward in your fitness goals and your fitness journey. Thanks for sticking with us, and we'll see you in the next one.